I'm Gibson Vedamani. Today I'm going to speak to you about the traits of the traditional retailer in India. Much has been talked about modern retailing in India, which is an organized form, and we've not been speaking so much about the traditional retailers of India. They're a very interesting genre. Actually, they are very large in number, and they're pretty small in size. They're a special genre because we find a lot of them in the country today. After agriculture, it's only retailing. So any family who would want to do their first business, they would start getting into retailing. They would buy products and sell to customers. Most of the times, it's their own home where they live. They just make a part of their house a retail store. So they open a retail store, buy products, and sell to various customers nearby, and they make a living out of it. That's how these small retailers started. They're about just about 20 to about 50 square feet in size, and they just run the business on a daily basis. They make a daily profit and have their daily earning. And many of them sell grocery products, the daily grocery needs in a convenience format. So what is the convenience format? It's open right from 6 o'clock in the morning till about 11:30 in the night. So the home is there, so anytime you just knock at their door, they would just open their doors and sell products. They are large in number, unlike in any country in the world. Only India has got that large a number of retailers. So they sell grocery products over there, and most of them are called the Kirana stores across the country, and in the northern parts of the country they are called the Baniya stores, and in Tamil Nadu they are called the Maligai Kadai, or in other words we call them the Annachi store. So you have quite a lot of them in the neighborhood, and they cater to the local customers. They know the local customers, and they are not so organized in the sense that they are not registered under any regulation. Most of them, just do their business for a daily living. There are hawkers, there are people who have these small stores, and they don't have an organized way of working. That means they're not registered under the Shops and Establishment Act, or maybe they don't file their sales tax returns or income tax returns. So their income also is very small. So they do that business for a livelihood. That is when we call them not so organized. Since they are very large in number, they are a big force in the country currently. They do the business so well. They have actually, a lot of them have been growing to larger sizes. A lot of them have now been growing. And on the one hand, they've been growing. On the other hand, they've been having the fear that, they may go extinct because organized retailing is coming into the country through, allowing of FDI in India. They think that large retailers will come, and maybe, their very existence could be under threat. So that's the fear that they have, but they have their inherent skills, and I'm going to talk to you about, what are their traits are. They are unique. They have their own qualities, and how they are kind of exercising their qualities in the country. It will be amazing to see, for you youngsters, what these small retailers have been doing in India. They are very good sellers. They're very good sellers. If you look at them, they sell very well. They've got the gift of the gab. They kind of train themselves to speak to customers very well. This is, the kind of shanty markets we have. Right from the barter system was in existence, barter system was in existence, we've been having these shanty markets. You go to any part of the city or any part of a village, for a group of villages, there is always a weekly market, a Monday market or a Tuesday market in any village. And those village markets are still there. Each one will have its own speciality. They are still there. Even if you go to Mumbai, Linking Road has got a high street market. People sit, around by the side of the street, and they sell. Even in Mumbai, you have the fashion street, where haggling is an experience for customers. They go and bargain, and they have the pleasure of, getting something at very less prices. If he talks about a 400 rupees for a shirt, he would bargain and get that. And these markets are still in existence. That's quite unique about India. What started maybe about a few centuries ago, today we still have them, and that's the uniqueness of these people. I mean, they sell, they talk to customers, they sell more. We talk about concepts like upselling, cross-selling, and everything. And they've been doing that over the years. I mean, without explaining that by a concept or without referring to what they do through concept, they've been doing that. They've been talking to you, they've been asking you to buy more, and they've been cross-selling, they've been recommending, and they've been doing a lot of upselling as well. So that's their quality. They're very good in service. I mean, you can't beat them in service. Their service actually comes from the heart. It doesn't come from, just like that. They're not just trained to do service, but actually they do genuine service. If you look at them, even in a store when there is a crowd, the small store guy will, identify you. A lot of times when a crowd is there, he would look at everybody. He would look at even a customer coming in when there is a crowd. He would smile at that customer, and that shows that, within a few moments of the customer coming into the premises of the store, he will know that a new customer has come, and he'll just look at the customer and smile, and that's the first contact that he makes. He doesn't even have to say hello. So every customer, he makes that, eye contact within moments of the customer being in the store, and that's the great thing that they do. And they also are, very friendly with customers in the sense that they maintain a good relationship. Sometimes ask you about your own family. And I have seen, in a village when I was just, walking by and visiting a relative in a store, I actually saw a store, a mother going to the store to buy her daily needs that particular day, and she didn't have the time. She was just getting the kids ready to go to school, and she came to buy her daily needs as well. And as she was there in the store, she was finding it difficult. What she wanted to do that particular day was to just buy a little oil in loose and apply on the head of the kid and send the kid home, kid to the school. And they came from home and they were standing there. And she was finding it difficult, to do that, buying the goods and also, talking to the kids as well. And the retailer found the predicament of the customer, and the retailer himself, applied the oil on the head of the kid and combed the kid's hair and said, okay, bye-bye to school. So that's the kind of relationship that we have. And another experience that I had was, I was living in Rahija Vihar in Mumbai. First time when we went to Mumbai, we were living in Rahija Vihar, and that time we used to use the pagers. So my wife used to page me and say that, okay, buy this and buy that, and then when you come home, you do that. And one of the occasions, as usual, I just forgot about buying that. And what would happen when you go home without doing the things that your wife had ordered you to do. And if you don't do that, that's going to be hell of a time for you at home. So I was about to reach home, and then I remembered that I had not bought those things that my wife had paged me to buy. And I stopped by the local grocer there. In the vicinity, we had a grocer, and I just went to him and looked at the listed things in the pager and said, I want this, I want this, and I want this. And he picked up, and I picked up, and I put that, and then he had a huge display of things, and I got so enamored by the display, and I said that I would want all these things as well. I just kept on putting things on the counter. Then I realized that I didn't have enough money to pay because I was not carrying cash, so much of cash. So then I started putting those extra things that I had bought, to just putting them back. I said, I don't want this, I'll take this later, I'll take this later, I'll take this later. And he realized that what I was doing. He knew that I was not carrying enough cash. So he said, you are Gibson. In Hindi, he told me. I said, yes. So you work for Shopper Stop? I said, yes. Then he said, you live in Sun Glory? I said, yes. Then I know you take this, you don't have to pay me now, I'll collect it from your home. I was zapped. Just about 1 month since we were living in that place, and by then he had known me. He said, your kids come here and we know your home. And that's the amazing relationship, they maintain. That's the kind of kith and kin relationship they maintain. I'm sure in no other country can, retailers or any businessmen maintain this kind of a relationship. There's a big quote, by Mahatma Gandhi, and these people live by that. A customer is the most important visitor on our premises. He's not dependent on us, we are dependent on him. He's not an interruption in our work, he's the very purpose of it. He's not an outsider in our business. He's a part of it. We are not doing him a favor by serving him. He is doing us a favor by giving us an opportunity to do so. This quote has gone around the world, unfortunately, as an anonymous quote. A friend of mine called me from the US and said, Gibson, can you find out, people say that Mahatma Gandhi said this. Can you find out whether it's actually true? I said, yes. Emphatically, I said, yes, this is true. Mahatma Gandhi had, done this quote. And today, customer service comes from the heart, and that's exercised by small retailers in the country, which can never be beaten by, larger retailers. And unfortunately, on the other hand, these people are poor bargainers. They don't know how to bargain, people do advertisements, for boards. They just take advertisement boards, FMCG companies or whoever would want to advertise. They just take away their space. They just sweet talk to them, and they just take away their space. So they don't have any big bargaining power because they don't maintain their accounts. They don't have collaterals to give to banks, for money. They don't get loans, so their businesses do not grow. So now, there must be some mechanism by which, we should ask them to, charge the FMCG brand space on hire or signage on hire. They need to be charged. They're not able to convince their next generation because they don't grow. Their next generation, the younger kid, the kids in their family, they don't want to take up this business. They would want to, go and work in a bank or in an IT office because this is not a big business that they think about. If only they would, kind of organize the business, kids would definitely be interested. Often they're being carried away. They're being carried away because a lot of political people come and tell them, close the shop, FDI has come, we have to fight, because large retailers will come and kill you. Why are large retailers will come and kill them? Kind of expertise that small retailers have, the kind of local merchandise, the merchandise mix and the service that these people can give them. Those can never be beaten by large retailers. And those who do the job very well, they can never go extinct in the country. And but politically, a lot of people are exploited. They're asked to close down shops and, go and join them in morchas against FDI, which I think these retailers should never join them and do such things. They should take care of their businesses. They should sit in their stores and develop their businesses. They should actually look at modernizing their business. They should look at, deploying IT solutions in their business. And on a cloud-based IT platform, they can have solutions which are going to be much cheaper, which can come only, kind of on a monthly rental basis for them. So that's a great thing that they can do rather than, getting politically exploited and, going to lead morchas, and nothing is going to happen if they just go and do any big morchas around. There is enough space for them to kind of work, enough space for them to build their business, and all the top-up business. If you just see, the top-up business is done by these small retailers. We go and do our stock-up buying. The stock-up buying is done from modern retailers. Every month we might go there to, buy our stocks. But at the halfway through, during the third week or the fourth week, we run out of stocks, and it's the small retailer that we call. Or we just go to them and give them a list again, for them to supply. And they become very responsive to consumer needs now. They've started proactively marketing themselves. They started talking to, customers. They call up, find out what you want. They do door deliveries. They've started doing all that now. So their responses have been really good. They're trying to computerize their stores. They're trying to bring their younger generation into the stores. One store, they would want to, have 2 or 3 more stores. And we are saying signages, use these signages like this and give extra signage space to the other brands. Build your brands first. That's the lesson that we want to give to small retailers. They've got their beautiful inherent strengths. I think they have to now use their strengths to make good of the opportunities that they have in future, because consumption is going to be great in India, and that's going to be an undying story for India. And these small retailers can really work well to grow and establish themselves very well. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you.